Hello friends, I'm Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. What is on my table? I'm doing pretty good. Still have some of the sniffles. That's okay. Home today with my oldest. She's got it now, so yay. And we're going to build some boxes, because we haven't built a box on the show in a while. Remember when we built that one? I do. Oh my god. Yesterday I asked you about acoustic treatment, about soundproofing or sound dampening, because I've got the gaming thing up and running now. I've recorded 2 videos at the desk. Got the ring light now. I used that yesterday in a video, and I recorded some last night and today that I'm editing for future uploads, and that's really nice. The problem is, and I'll show you a short clip here, I am facing a wall that is just right behind the computer, and then the stand, you can see the stand and the microphone is right against the wall. It's just a big blank wall. And so I'm getting some early reflection off that wall when I talk. So basically, if you don't know much about sound waves, the microphone's here, the wall's here, I'm talking, sound's going past the microphone, bouncing back. That microphone is a condenser mic. It is a shotgun mic, so it's not going to pick up a whole lot of that reflection. But what then happens is that sound goes behind me, bounces off the far wall, comes back, and then I get this weird reverb, bathroom sounding. Like the sound is bouncing all around. Now I do have a bookshelf back there with a bit of stuff on it. I'd probably put more stuff on it to help dampen the reflections this way. But now I need to put something in front of me to help dampen reflections, and I'm going to build that here. So what I've got to use is no money, because I'm poor. I've got some wood that was left over from my fence slats outside. I milled this up earlier, 2.5 inches wide, ran it through the planer to make it nice and smooth, because we're going to be putting a cut up old t-shirt on it. I just cut the front and back out of this could be a new look. I cut the front and back out of an old t-shirt. Oh yeah. How about this? This is sexy. Yeah. Yes. Watch out, ladies. So I cut that up. I've got a camping pad. Now this stuff is closed cell foam, which is really not useful at all for sound dampening. I mean, it's a little bit useful. Anything that has mass that will allow sound to pass through it and bounce around is helpful. Let me say that. But ultimately, you'd like to have open cell foam. That's the foam that's got lots of little holes in it. That gives the sound waves lots of places to do their dude. And so on that note, I have some pieces of mattress topper. And I found this at work yesterday and was like, I'm going to build some acoustic panels. Now, here's the deal. If you're watching this video, chances are you don't give a damn about acoustic panels. And that's fine. Or you really care about acoustic panels and you can't wait to tell me how wrong I am in the comments down below. And that's fine, all right? I'm not building bass traps here. I'm not building sound deadening. All I'm building is 2 little panels to put behind my microphone to help cut reflection, all right? It's essentially what I did here in this space with a sleeping bag and another one of these foam pads in a corner, just to help cut down on some of the reflection that's happening in this room off of this steel stuff, and it'll do okay for that. It's not going to sound amazing. I'm not going to build a recording booth with a mattress topper and a sleeping pad. This is just to cut down a little bit of reflection. It's only going to cut down high-end noise. No bass cutting here at all, and it's going to do a very minimal job of that. Okay? And I know this, but it's okay. So if you just like to watch me do stuff, then feel free to continue watching. Otherwise, if you came here to tell me that I'm wrong, just go somewhere else, please. I don't need that. So all we're gonna do here, I cut these down 14 1/4 and 12-inch pieces. We're gonna make a 12 by 13 inner diameter box, which will fit my foam. That'll go in there. These are 2.5 inches. And so let's see how I can show this to you. When this is pressed to the front, there'll be an air gap, and that's important. We want the air gap to be there for this to kind of be doing double duty. We're going to have a little space there where the sound waves come out of this foam, take a little bit of a nosedive, hit the wall, come back, and then, yeah, air gaps are good. So, simple construction. I'm just going to use some wood glue and some brad nails, and that'll probably be loud in your ears, so I apologize in advance, and some staples, a t-shirt, and here we go. So, step one, we got to make sure we're square when we put this thing together. So we're going to make sure we have our square out. I'm going to put a little bit of glue, and this isn't probably going to do a whole lot because I did not clean up the inside faces of these boards, and this fence pine, or this fence crap, is like essentially some of the crappiest wood in existence. That's why it's so cheap. These things are like pennies. I mean, they're really not expensive at all. When you're using the nail gun, you want to turn it perpendicular to the cut that you're nailing into, because the nails are going to drift like such. So, nail gun, put this bad boy together. Watch your ears. Hopefully the compressor doesn't kick on. I'm just putting 2 brads in each side. This is not something that needs to be over-engineered or extra super strong. 2 brad nails like that. Make sure we're relatively square, which we're close. I cut this on the new miter saw my friend gave me, and so it's actually pretty accurate. I'm pleased with that. If you're watching, thank you very much for the saw. So we're going to put, I should have glued this side first, and then, yeah, oh well. Oh well, sometimes you mess up. Got that a little twisted. That's okay. It'll come out all right. Are we square? We are square-ish. This is not fine furniture. This is going to be completely covered, so I don't really care how square it is, just as long as it's somewhat square, so that it doesn't look like an amateur built it. I mean, I am an amateur. I don't profess to be a seasoned woodworker. All right, so we're mostly square. This is the direction that I mostly care about, is flatness, because it's going to be hanging on a wall. This table sucks for determining that. Yeah, that'll be pretty good. So there's the box. Next thing I'm going to do is stretch not the sleeves, stretch the t-shirt, because I'm not going to be gluing the foam in or stapling it in. It's just going to be sandwiched between the t-shirt and the sleeping pad, and then I'm going to staple the sleeping pad in to trap it. And you could do this one of 2 ways. I could staple it to the inside so that when you're looking at this thing from the side, you will see the wood, or we could completely wrap. I'm going to completely wrap because, again, this wood looks like garbage, and I think it'll just look nicer to have a fully black wrap. So what I'm going to do is start at the top. I'm going to pull this over, and I will wrap this, and then we'll just cut off the excess. At least that's my plan. And I'm going to be stapling, yeah, we'll pull it clear over and staple on the inside instead of on, I was thinking I was going to staple on the rim, but then the staples would be against the wall, and nah, let's not do that. Staple gun, I've got, I believe, 1/2-inch staples in here. Yep, should be okay. That's just the easiest way to tell. Actually, let's do this. Yeah. Okay, we're good. I didn't plane these too thin. Yay, me! I'm going to use lots and lots of staples. You do not, if you don't, you'll get more and more wrinkles. And we don't want wrinkles. If you get wrinkles, you can always pull them out and add more staples, from what I understand. But I've never done this. You guys get to see it for the first time. Chevee doing something he's not done. I am not afraid to admit that I don't know how to do stuff. That's part of the reason why I love making new things, that is. Because, oh, I forgot this one had a pocket. This was a pocket t-shirt. It's gonna have a pocket, but we'll hang that on the bottom. This was just an old shirt I had laying around. I was gonna do this in red, and then I found this black shirt and was like, perfect. But I forgot that the reason I never wear this shirt is because it's a pocket tee, and I'm not a pocket tee kind of guy. I know I'm from West Virginia, and I wear glasses and I have a beard, but that doesn't mean that I automatically gravitate towards pocket tees. So this one's going to have a pocket. That's fine. We will just put that on the bottom. Okay, so we got two sides wrapped like that. Now we have to figure out what to do with these corners. And what I'm going to do is just treat this like I'm wrapping a Christmas gift. We'll pull this way first, and then we'll pull this over like such at maybe like a little bit of a. You probably can't see that. I'm wrapping it like Christmas. Okay, just essentially pulling from the side a little bit, making a 45-ish, and then pulling it down. And I think that'll look pretty nice when all is said and done. I will have to do some lint rolling on these bad boys, but I just want to get this one made while you're watching, before you leave, and tell me I'm an idiot. Hopefully, all the trolls who are audiophiles who are going to tell me that I'm an idiot have already left, because I told them I don't care. The thing is, when you're doing something like this, this is a science. This is a known science. Sound waves, sound wave propagation, tonal frequencies, bass trap, all this stuff is known. This isn't like I'm making this up as I go to test it and see if it works. No, this is a very known science. So if you do the research and you purchase the correct equipment, or in my case, you don't use a mattress pad, foam, and a t-shirt, you will achieve the results as you expect, and you can solve for that mathematically. So people who say, "Oh, I'm going to try this," it's not like you're learning anything new. It's not like you are developing a new audio dampening technique. That's not what's happening at all. You're just making a device that is suboptimal. And right now, I'm making a device that is not optimal, and I'm fully aware of that, and I also don't give a damn. So there we go. We have... Can you hear it? We have a little bass drum. Yeah. And what I'm going to do, I will cut this off later so that to spare you the boring part. I'm going to drop my foam in here. Kind of push it in like such. So from the front, you can see a little bit of it poking through, and that's fine. I don't care. I could flip this around, but I kind of like having a little texture there. And then I'm going to take my sleeping pad. Now, I cut this to be the same size as the frame, so I'm going to have to force it in here. And the reason I did that is so that the edges would roll up and I would have something to staple into to get it pushed into place. So, yeah, I might, in fact, I'm just going to do it. I might want to trim these corners a little bit. Again, this piece is not going to do a whole lot for sound. The main point of it is to just take up space. Or, I mean, the main point of it is to hold the foam in and push the foam forward and leave us a nice air gap. We want the gap. That gap. Alright, I'm gonna have to cut that. I will do that later. This video has gone on long enough. Hopefully you've learned something, and that is that for practically no dollars, you can make mildly useful acoustic pianos. I emphasize mildly. Do not expect wonders out of an 1.5-inch thick piece of mattress foam and a sleeping pad. It's not going to make a studio quality setup, but it will help with noise reflection, especially if your mic is set up and you're facing directly into a wall. It'll help cut down on those reflections a little bit. So I'm going to get these all finished up, hang them up. Thank you for watching as always. I really do appreciate you. Tomorrow's topic will be in the comments. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, so I'll leave it down below. Please hit me up if you have any future suggestions for other shows, or you just want to call in and say hi. 304-602-7433. I appreciate you being here as always. Thank you for liking and commenting and subscribing and being my best friends. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from softschools.com. What animal's eye is bigger than its brain? An ostrich has the biggest eyes in the whole animal kingdom. Its eye is bigger than its brain. Ostriches don't hide their head in the sand. They will lay their head on the ground if they sense danger. The hell does that do for you?